Hi, babes. My name is Lavi, and I'm trying to talk a little louder. I'm trying to whisper still, but like whisper talk, if that makes sense, because I really want you all to hear me. I feel like I listened to the audio in the last one, and it was not where I wanted it to be. And I know that has a lot to do with the fact that I am using these little baby microphones, and I mean, they're cute and everything, but I mentioned this yesterday, but I ordered the Blue Yeti. I'm so excited. I did a bunch of research and found that that is the microphone that is most used in like a lot of good big channels. So hopefully the audio quality will improve greatly, and that will really help with the ASMR side of things here. So I'm very excited for that. So I also wanted to thank you very, very, very much for being here. Thank you so much for being here, whether you are returning or whether you are a new viewer. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who subscribed yesterday. It means the world to me. I'm so grateful to have the crew of you that I have. I know that it's a small crew, but like it's like a mighty crew, you know. Someone recently posted like a quote that said like, I would rather have 20 loyal followers who are like invested in my content than have, 200,000 who are not like invested at all and are just kind of like scrolling through. So that's how I feel, and I'm really grateful for you. So thank you for being here, and I'm grateful for everyone who steps in here or clicks on here, and I hope that you all feel welcome here. So someone recently asked me to do like a Q&A style, Q&A like get to know me style video, since I'm a new page, so I'm more than happy to oblige and do that. So I posted on my community tab a few days ago and asked if anybody had questions, and I had a couple people really come through and ask me many questions. So I looked through them, but I have not like rehearsed them or really like I haven't like pre-planned them. So I'm just gonna kind of wing it and hope that I can come up with some good answers for you. But yeah, y'all really came through with these questions because there are quite a lot. So I'm gonna start with New Year, New You 23. So shout out New Year, New You 23. Thank you for putting the questions in the comments here. So okay. I also realized that like switching hands, even with this little tiny microphone, it makes like noise, and I really want to try to not do that because like the feedback is really loud sometimes, but I can't hear it because I don't have headphones on. But the Blue Yeti has a microphone, a headphone jack where I can actually listen to what y'all are hearing. So that'll be a huge improvement. There we go. See, that's an example. I have to cut all of that stuff out, though, I think. Anyway, let's see. So, New Year, New You 23 asks, first question. They have very many questions here, but the first question is, what are your plans for 2024? Okay, so I have a lot of plans for 2024, so that will be difficult, but I'll try my best to condense it all. My plans for 2024 are, first of all, to continue with my channel, which I've started this year. I started it just a couple weeks ago. It's been a lot of fun so far. I plan to just keep going with it, and I do think that it will grow. It will just keep growing, and I think organic growth can sometimes take a minute, but like it'll come in time, and I plan to keep soon. Like, I love ASMR. I love it genuinely, and that's why I like doing it. And I think I'm pretty good at it. Like, you know, and I will be probably better at it with a really good microphone. but yeah, I really enjoy it. But there's also other kind of content that I really enjoy. I really like deep dives. I've always really liked documentaries, so I like documentary style, like long form content. I'm very familiar with that kind of thing, and I feel like that's the kind of stuff that I watch. I only watch long form content if something's like 10, 11 minutes. I don't really feel like watching it personally. Although finding that a few people have told me, that they struggle with watching the longer stuff, and it's funny because I have very, very severe ADHD, but like for some reason it does not affect my long form content YouTube videos. I might watch them in parts, but I will watch them, and so I do want to make some content that, like, with ASMR content, I think someone presented an idea to me that was good, where I kind of like would do like cut a video into clips, and it would be a clip on like affirmations, or a clip on like waking you gently and brushing your hair, or a clip on tapping. I think that having like timestamps. Sorry about that. I think having timestamps is like pretty much just the same. So let me know if you would prefer having a timestamp, or if you would prefer for me to shorten videos and upload them in addition to the videos that I've already uploaded and will continue to. Do you want me to make short form videos of like where they're clips of the longer video, so that if you're feeling like anxious, you can click on, a clip that is really good for anxiety, or if you're feeling like you need to wake up, you can click on a part of a clip that's like good for that. I hope that makes sense. Let me know. Let me know if you want me to do that. I can do that, or we can just stick to timestamps. Timestamps are pretty much the same thing. So yeah. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for travel this year. I will be traveling this summer, so I will be doing travel content. So whether I end up sticking with ASMR or do something entirely different, I am just excited to do the travel content. I think travel ASMR would be like really, really cool. So even if I'm not doing full ASMR at that point, I will still probably do travel, like a little bit of travel ASMR. So travel ASMR would be great. I also just want to walk through like some of the I just want to walk through like cities in Europe, and do kind of like walking tours for people to look at. I'd like to make videos on like what the best things are to do in like different cities. There's so many things. I'm also really interested in camping. I am an avid camper, climber, things like that. So I've thought about living, up interested in seeing any of that kind of thing, let me know. I'm also really interested in just talking about like celebrity, not like drama, but like celebrity like news from like the lens of a mental health lens. So that's really what I would like to focus on. I would like to focus on like a harm reductionist lens. I would like to focus on all of that. So I would like to talk about stories about people in the media with a trauma-informed mental health lens and approach. So, I think that there are a lot of different, ways that this channel could go, and we'll just see how it plays out. Honestly, it really helps a lot to know when people comment. People's comments make all the difference. Analytics are one thing, and they tell you, something very specific, but they don't tell you what, how people are like really feeling about your content, which is way more important than the analytics ultimately, I think. So I value what you have to say very much. So write it in the comments. Okay. Sorry, that was the first question. We're moving on to the next one. Okay. What are your plans for 2024? Okay. What are your goals for your YouTube channel? So I kind of like went over that. So I think I'll say that we answered the first two with the way that with my last answer. But yeah, I want to try so many different things. I love adventure YouTubes. I love I'm into true crime, but I really like deep dives, especially like BJ Investigates, for example, who does a lot of investigating into people who have gotten conservatorships, who are in kind of like public or like a public status, who probably didn't need the conservatorship but are being most likely taken advantage of by someone allegedly. I can only speculate. It's only my opinion. I don't know anything for sure, and I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but I am saying that I do really enjoy that content and that kind of content, and I would like to, go down that road at some point. So I have a lot of different plans for this channel. So I just really want to make sure that everyone feels like this is a place that they can come and hang out and feel like, they have community here. It really is important to me that this is like a third space, for people. It's a term that's come up in my life a lot, whether, through conversation with, someone, or, something I was reading, or a video I was watching recently. Like, it's coming up a lot. Our modern society is struggling in large part because we are lacking third spaces, and that is historically a term that's used when referring to a place that's not your home or like work. It's a sort of more recreational space where you can go and kind of like hang out and interact with people, and there's like a low barrier to entry, but like in late stage capitalism, I mean, there's a really high barrier to entry, and on top of that, people are already really tired and, really kind of focused on survival, under capitalism. So we're kind of like doing that. So it's really hard to like push yourself and go do something that's like exhausting when you're already tired, So like that's why I think digital third spaces are really important. So I would like a digital third space, or for my space to be considered like a digital third space, my page to be that. I just want people to feel welcome. I want them to feel that they can, be here in any state, and, there will be no judgment, and, they are safe here. That's really the goal. Okay, next question from New Year, New You 23. What is your biggest achievement so far in life? That is a big question. I don't know. I guess going to the point of my dream school, and I think I appreciate about myself that if I have a goal, I go for it and I accomplish it. there are places that I have wanted to live where that I didn't really know anything about, that I just got up and took a suitcase with me and left and moved to a new place. So I appreciate things like that about myself. That I am a risk taker in order to find happiness and in order to achieve my goals. I also feel like I have some others that I kind of want to keep to myself for now, but maybe I'll talk about them at a later time. Favorite clothing stores. I really like ASOS. I love to shop at ASOS. On ASOS on the website. I bought this on ASOS, so I like ASOS a lot. I like Doll Skill. I don't know if that's problematic. I haven't bought anything from them in a while, but I used to like them. I'm very into the goth aesthetic. The grunge punk aesthetic is my thing. As I've gotten a little older, I feel like I'm more refined goth, but or more refined grunge. But at the end of the day, no matter how glam I look, I always look a little grungy. So grunge is my thing, I like H&M, Zara, fast fashion type stuff like that. But I also, I really like, for shoes, I like Lamona, or some designer brands that I enjoy. I don't think about clothes too much. I like Madewell a lot too. I don't think about where clothes is from as much as I think about what the quality is. Do I like it? I do a lot of thrifting, so I do get a lot of designer clothes from thrifting as well. Do you find that your shoe size is different from your sneakers and normal shoes? Okay. Do I find that my shoe size is different from sneakers? I don't wear a lot of sneakers. I wear a lot of platforms, and I wear a lot of combat boot type things. So I don't know. My shoe size is pretty much the same in all of that. Sometimes it varies based on brands, but it's not a big change across styles as much as brands, because I don't wear things like sneakers. I will wear sneakers when I'm climbing, or I wear different kinds of shoes. Obviously, I wear hiking boots if I'm hiking or whatever, but otherwise I wear platforms and combat boots. What do you think is the safest way for animal control to catch a big bear on the loose in the neighborhood? I don't know, give it a big old tranquilizer and make sure that you give it the tranquilizer when it's in a field, safely away from cars, and then take it to an animal sanctuary. I'm a vegetarian. I have been for half my life. Well, actually, that's not true. More than half my life. And I was vegan for a long time, maybe 5 years. But I stopped because I felt like I was very physically weak, lacking in protein. So I started eating some fish, stopped eating the fish, back to vegetarianism. But yeah, it's a big part of my life. So the most humane way is my answer for that. Did you get your 4 wisdom teeth removed? If so, how was your experience? Was it fast to fall asleep in the dental chair? I'm terrified. No, I didn't get them removed. My brother did. And I'll never forget that, because I was moving to New York when he got his dental teeth removed, and I was staying with him before I moved into my apartment for a few days, and that was right when he got his wisdom teeth removed. He got all of them show coming up that weekend, and he wasn't, or like the weekend after, and he didn't want to have to be recovering for too long, didn't want to have to miss out on that show, so he ended up getting them all removed, and like he was just like bleeding profusely for like a couple days, and I think he had to call the ambulance once. It's not funny, it's not, it was scary and gross. He was totally fine, but it was, you know, it was a lot. But anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like scare you more. It was funny, and he doesn't remember the pain anymore, so that's good. He just had a lot of you know, he had chipmunk cheeks because he had a lot of gauze in his mouth, and it took a couple days, but other than that, you know, he was good. So after like the first 2 days, he was fine. What was your favorite subject at school? When I was like in elementary school, I loved reading, so I've always loved English. I loved journalism, psychology, like in high school, and in college I went to art school, so I loved art. But I also loved theory and law. I also took law classes, so those were all my favorite subjects. Do you play any musical instruments? I played the clarinet as a kid, but I don't anymore. And then I collected guitars for a little while, just because I liked how they looked. And yeah, I collected them, and then I realized I was like, I don't play these, I'm gonna sell them. So I sold them, and I made some money off of a collection that my dad so nicely bought me when I was like 13 to, you know, 14, 15. Yeah. Which countries would you like to visit? I want to visit every country. I don't know. There are a lot of countries I want to visit. I'm excited for Italy this summer. I'm excited for Berlin. Switzerland. Yeah. Do your friends know about your YouTube channel? I haven't really told my friends about my channel. My one friend asked me about it a little bit because she asked me what I was like doing, and I told her I was like doing some work for like a project for myself, and she ended up like kind of figuring it out, so she knows. But other than that, no one else knows. Yeah. So, well, I told my mom as well. Yeah, we're really close, so I told her. Otherwise, yeah, I haven't told any friends. So, okay. So these questions are from Taylor CX3BB. What tattoos do you have? Do they have any meaning? Can you show any? I always wanted an ankle tattoo, but I'm too scared. Question mark. Okay, don't be scared. I think that, well, your ankle, it could hurt because if you get like, oh, God, lipstick on my face. If you get like tattooed directly on a bone, it does. Wow, I messed up my makeup. It does hurt like a lot. Like I got a tattoo on my neck, and my spine was being tattooed, and it hurt like hell. Like nothing has ever hurt that bad before, and I don't think anything ever will. It was horrendous pain where I felt like I was being split into two. So, you know, but I don't know. I've never gotten an ankle tattoo, so I don't know. It might not be as painful there. My neck, though, was very painful. I have quite a lot of tattoos. I don't think I can show them all, but I have many more that I want to get, but I can show a few. I mean, I have these on my fingers. These were like free-handed. I really didn't want to freehand them, but I did. This is not a tattoo. It's just a heart, but I might get that tattooed on my face because I really like little hearts on my face. I also have this Venus symbol tattooed on me, on my thumb. My friend did that. It was a stick and poke. I got this tattooed. This was my dog's birthday. passed, but I didn't want to do like I didn't want to write the day that he passed. I wanted to honor that he lived, so I got his birthday instead. And I have a tattoo of a snake dagger here. I have a tattoo of my dog up here. I have another, tattoo here. I have several. So that's what I can show. I also, that's upside down. I also have one here. It's a rose. It's a rose. Yeah. Okay, let's see. What TV shows have you been watching? I haven't been watching that much TV, but the one show that I have been into, my mom and I have been watching together. We've been watching Harlots on Hulu. Excuse me, we just finished it today actually, so it was actually a really good ending. I was very happy. I was very worried that it was going to be a disappointing ending, but it was not. It was very good. Very, very, it was perfect for what it needed to be. They did exactly what they needed to do, so I'm very happy with the ending. Otherwise, I haven't been watching very much TV. I did watch, actually, Gypsy Rose's, prison confessions, like that, she released, I think, the weekend that she was released. So last weekend, I watched that, and I want to talk about that on here, so I will. Let's see. What first got you into ASMR? I first got into ASMR when my friend posted a video to ASMR, and I started falling asleep and getting really head tingly, and I was like, why do I feel so calm? And why is this making me fall asleep? It was freaking me out. So I did research the next day and figured out what it was, and that's when I got into it. Do you play any video games? I don't. My ex played a lot of video games, so when I was with her, I played a lot of games that were really fun. My favorite one was Detroit, and then there were others that I honestly really enjoyed, but I can't remember the names of. So, yeah, I enjoyed video games. I wouldn't ever consider myself a gamer girl because I'm not someone who seeks it out on my own. But if video games are around, I will play them. What color socks do you currently wear? Are they matching or odd? Most people wear odd nowadays. Improve it. My socks are odd. Wait, are they? Yeah, I'm wearing kind of slipper socks, so I'm wearing some that are red, and then I'm wearing these gray ones. So there's your proof. Okay, dream job, YouTuber, baby. I love doing YouTube. It's so much fun. Favorite YouTubers? I love BJ Investigates. I love Lordy, it's Jordy. He's one of my favorites. He's probably my number one favorite. I like Annie Elise 10 to Life. I love Christina Randall. There was a creator who I used to really like, but because of this huge scandal, I realized not into her anymore. I don't want to name her, but if anybody knows what I'm talking about, she's a big part of the recovery space. So I will probably, I don't know, I might talk about that at some point. And who else do I like? I really like Swoop. I haven't watched her in a while, but I do like her stuff.
So another one of my favorite YouTubers actually is ContraPoints. I can't believe that I almost forgot to mention her, but she's someone who I've followed for a really long time, and her work is pretty political. which I really love. I'm really into that kind of work. I'm really into politics, if you couldn't tell. I guess maybe I haven't made that obvious, but I am. Yeah, so she is uh, an ex philosophy student, an ex philosophy PhD student. She calls herself a PhD dropout. She didn't like academia, but likes to kind of apply a lot of what she learned in academia to these kind of like very modern concepts and tries to explain, you know, a concept like, Donald Trump's opulence, for example, through a lot of like philosophical and political sort of rhetoric, and it's very interesting. Okay, so those are my favorite YouTubers. What kind of music do I like? I like everything with the exception of country, as everyone says. Although I do like Dolly Parton and I like Johnny Cash, so I do enjoy the two of them. Although most people tell me that they're not really like country, but I think Dolly Parton would be very upset to hear that she was not considered a country singer. I think she's a country singer. So yeah, and she's kind of like one of the best people ever. So it's like, how could you not love Dolly Parton? Um, I really like a lot of kind of like horror trap, like emo stuff. I love like, like Ghost Man and like Lil Peep and like all that kind of stuff. But I also really enjoy like early 2000s, like electronica, like Shiny Toy Guns, even The Killers, which is like pretty mainstream, but I did really like them. Um, what else do what else do I like? Like Sylvan Esso. I like a lot of my favorite stuff is like punk all girl bands, like the Julie Ruin, Bikini Kill, Latigra, Slater Kinney, all kinds of bands. I know that I mentioned mostly Kathleen Hanna bands, but I love her. So yeah, I love all that kind of music. I love a lot of like screamo. I love noise. I love Zola Jesus. One of my favorite bands is Wolf Alice. So if you haven't listened to Wolf Alice or Zola Jesus, like definitely look them up. I also love Fiona Apple and Regina Spektor, very like lesbian singers to like. I like King Princess, Girl in Red, all of that. Like Lana Del Rey. So yeah, that's what I like. And what are my favorite ASMR channels? I like Grandpa Poe's ASMR channel. He's awesome. I really like Alexandria ASMR's channel. I enjoy her style of ASMR because it's like really comedic. I find her really funny, and that I think is the direction that I would like to take my ASMR into. So I'd like to do some funny stuff. So yeah, I do foresee some kind of funny skits in the near future. I'm kind of putting off all of like the really fun ideas that I have for when my equipment gets here so that I can make videos that, are at the level, the quality that I want them to be. I think that having a microphone will make a huge difference. So that's why I'm kind of waiting on that and doing these kinds of videos. And it was perfect that someone asked for a Q&A. So I'm really happy that you all were interested in this. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you made it all the way to the end, I congratulate you. Thank you so much. You are a warrior. And if you made it all the way to the end, please don't forget to like the video and also subscribe. Thank you so much for spending time with me and listening to me answer a bunch of questions. So I'd love for you to answer all of the same questions. Do you have pets? Are you wearing matching socks? If not, I want proof. Please put pictures in the comments if that's possible. I don't know if you can do that, but Um, uh, yeah, who are some of your favorite YouTubers? What is your favorite style or like favorite format of an ASMR video? What are your favorite triggers? Are you into tapping as much as I am? These are all questions I have for you. So let me know in the comments below, and I will see